Welcome, one and all, to The How. I'm Jack Foster, and in this episode, I sat down with Tyler Wentink and Nikhil Devrapali to discuss their experiences with DECA in their first year. In this episode, we discuss a recap of this past year with DECA and their preparations for Nationals on April 29th. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoy. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The How. My name is Jack Foster, and the producer of today's show is Leo Cohen. We are very excited to have Tyler Wentink and Nikhil Devrapali here in the Dispatch Podcast Studio powered by Jed's Pizza. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for coming in. So glad you could be here.
Yep. What's up, Jack?
So, to kind of get into the gist of things with DECA, you guys heard this is your first year. You guys are sophomores. Why did you choose DECA?
Personally, I chose DECA because I have a sport in the fall and the spring. I just wanted to do something like over the winter, and I was like interested in business, so I felt like DECA was like a pretty good choice for me.
Yeah, first I just really wanted like a good extracurricular for a good college resume, and then I had some friends that have done it in the past, so yeah.
Are there colleges you guys are looking at that specifically focus in this type of field that you guys have been in?
Yeah, mine I want to go to is the Geese School of Business at University of Illinois Champaign.
Oh, nice.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm just trying to go to UT Austin, so or U of I.
Not Florida?
No, that's where my sister's going.
Oh, okay. So who introduced you guys to DECA?
Not really anybody. We just heard about it through like a bunch of school stuff, and then we just decided, yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
That thing. Do you guys have parents or friends or family or any people that you guys know or that are close with that have gone in this business pathway or work in a business field?
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, my whole family, yeah, for me.
My dad's like involved in like business and like finances and accounting, so like it's like pretty much like the same stuff that I'm doing right now. So it's like nice to have someone that knows.
And what type of specific business field are you guys in for this DECA competition?
Yeah, so what it's called is team decision finance, so just a lot of financial advisory sort of stuff like that.
And that's like essentially just helping someone, like for a role play, that would be helping someone with financial decisions or creating like a plan for them?
Yeah, so somebody like comes to like a financial advisory firm or something, they like talk to us basically and just like are wondering what they should do with their money to be smart.
What would that be like in the competitions?
So one example, more recent at state was there's someone who had like a clock company and it wasn't doing too well. So like they were basically like coming to us for like suggestions on like how to like improve their company and like create more profits.
Yeah, it can be anything from like a clock company to like a 80-year-old man, stuff like that. It can be like anything.
So these are really, really helping you for like a real life situation.
Yeah, I feel like it's useful like in a career pathway. Like it's like gonna be like exactly like what I want to do like down the road. So like I find this like pretty useful.
Yeah, same here.
And on that note, how is DECA helping with your future?
I feel like it's just like a good like way to like experience like what I want to do like down the road, because like I want to go into like the financial field. So like I feel like this is like a nice place to start off of, and making nationals is like pretty good on like a resume.
Yeah, and like, for me in like a business field, like just being able to talk to people without like knowing too much, and you don't know the person, is like a super important trait you need to have to be successful. So, and that's what pretty much what we're doing with the competition. So I think that's really helpful.
Mm-hmm. And this being your first year with DECA, how has it been emotionally, or just how has it been overall to try and balance DECA with your sports?
It's been pretty good, just like trying to find the right times between like school and sports to just study and like do all the outside meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like at the beginning of the year, like it was kind of hard. Like we had to make like 4 like practices to make it to regionals. So like trying to make a time, since we couldn't go in the morning because it's 0 hour, and after school because of football, like trying to fit it in was like pretty difficult. But like I'm glad that we did, or else like we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah, and it's not like with football, I know that's a huge ask and it's a huge commitment. And being able to balance that with DECA and being able to go to nationals, like that's amazing, man.
Hmm.
Props to you guys.
Thanks.
What are some of your favorite moments from DECA this year?
Personally, I felt like my favorite moment is like meeting new people and especially like succeeding. Like it makes it like nice and it makes the experience like more fun.
Yeah, I thought like the so far like the state competition is really cool. Just being in a hotel with a bunch of people and just meeting new people and yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would assume that your guys' favorite moment will probably end up being nationals, going to Anaheim.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. You guys gonna stick with DECA for the next few years, or is this like a one night stand, one and done situation?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it because I really liked it this year and I just want to keep going.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with it because like it can't harm me in any way. And I feel like it's just gonna be like really useful for my future, and like there's no point in like
Yeah.
quitting.
Quick little rewind to states. I know that was a long time for you guys. Uh, how did you guys execute? What was the? I think you mentioned the role play, but how was the execution in terms of like knowing what to do? How did you prepare before that?
Yeah, so we just studied a lot of business vocabulary just to be able to use it in a bunch of the situations and be perceived as like knowledgeable to like the judge and know what we're talking about in the situations.
So like the test itself, I feel like Vesper like helped us a lot, like in preparing us and like helping us like know like what to do like to get like extra points that like other people might not do, and like in the test itself, like I feel like our chemistry has been really useful because like we split it up in ways where like it's fluid and it like sounds more professional.
Yeah, team chemistry, that's important in every single field. Like anything that you're involved with someone else, that's always great. And I know you guys compete together, but are there anyone else like you that you like fluently support and you're like there with during states or during nationals that you're like, yeah, good job, bro. Like awesome.
Yeah, so there's like a few other people with Hersey DECA that also qualified. There's quite a few, and then just support them when they do good, and they support us when we do good.
Absolutely. And now on to nationals, which is a couple days away for you guys. Bet you guys are excited. Are you
Yeah.
Yeah.
confident?
Yep.
That's great. What kind of approach are you guys taking into this?
So we know it's gonna be like a lot of harder competition than the state competition was. So we just got to keep going and confident because we know that together we can both do just as good as those people.
Yeah.
I feel like the most important part, like how I told you, like when you're like writing the article, like it's like downsizing it because like it's still the same things, and like if we like make it seem like a lot bigger and let it overwhelm us, like I feel like it's gonna be like harder to like succeed.
Yeah.
Just sticking with it.
Yeah.
And are there any states that stand out? Like these guys mean business, no pun intended.
Texas for sure. They're pretty good.
Everything's bigger there.
Yeah.
For nationals, how have you guys been preparing with these? So do you guys do practice role plays for these financial situations? Because you don't know what you're seeing, right? You're just gonna get given a situation.
Yeah, so it's just like that we do the practice ones just for like being able to just react to something and just come up with a good plan for it because you're like obviously the practice tests like can't help you business knowledge wise that much. They just help you like prepare to react and be confident with what you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like like we've been putting in the work. Like we have like sports and like AP tests, so like it's just been like trying to find the perfect time to like fit it in. That has been like the hardest part, I feel like. But like once we start like practicing, I feel like we get a lot done and we like leave better than we started.
And with that test, is it like a standardized test? Like how many questions are there on it?
So it's 100 questions and
Wow.
it's like different based on like what like thing you're like doing. Like if I'm doing finance and like someone else is doing like marketing, it's like different, but it like contains like all aspects like of the business world in it.
100 questions, man. Props to you guys. I could never pay attention and actually finish that. So from what I've heard from other DECA competitors, they said that uniqueness and key aspects that make your performance is in role plays stand out is like a huge, huge difference that makes you win and just be successful. Like, what are you guys making sure that stands out from others? Like, is it talking fluently or just having those communication skills, or what is it?
It's just like that team chemistry, because being able to like go throughout the role play smoothly, like going off each other's words and thinking of new ideas based off each other is really important.
Yeah, like Tyler said, like that fluidness like between both of us like helps a lot. Like in state, like we were even like called out for it by the judge, and like he complimented us on like how fluid we were as like partners.
Dude, having that competition and being called out by the judges in just your first year, going to nationals in just your first year when you're playing football and all that, that's great for you guys. Props. And with that, what is the most, or we'll save that question for later. How much time are you putting in to preparation? Is it like time in study halls? Is it time after school? Is it time in school?
Yeah, it's just finding those right times, like those open times, like study halls work, and just open times at home work just to study.
Yeah, I mean like especially with like busy schedules, it's like kind of hard to like work together. So like we just try to like put in the time like individually and like talk to each other about it and try to make sure like we put in work like every day, just so that we could like we're able to like compete with the best of the best at nationals.
Mm-hmm. Now, so what is the most exciting aspect for you going to nationals? I mean, I know it seems pretty obvious, but might as well ask.
Yeah, it's just kind of just being away from parents and school for 5 days, pretty neat, and then going to Disneyland will be pretty nice too.
Yeah, I feel like, just like going there, you get to meet kids from like all over the country, and you're also going to Disneyland and the beach. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so from what I hear, DECA is like a great situation. It's not like you're competing against other people head to head. It's like you're making friends with people and meeting new people. Like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that stands out with DECA, something that makes a difference. That's also what I've heard from people like Cullen and Faith and Sarah. They've all said similar things. You guys have the same opinions. Like, that's great, man. So with nationals, are you guys? How are you soaking in the mental aspect? Like, I know I kind of just glorified the fact that you guys are in your first year going to nationals. Like, how are you soaking that in?
Yeah, so like Nikhil said earlier, just like downsizing it, like to do well, you can't get overwhelmed with what you're doing. So you just have to think it's just like the regional or state competition, just kind of downsize it so that the pressure's kind of lifted off your shoulders there.
Yeah, I feel like another major aspect is like not like getting ahead of yourself. Like you can't be like, oh, I made nationals, like I'm already like the best of the best. Like you need to go out there and like put in the work and like compete with them to show like it's not like a fraud. Like you're there for a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it sounds like you guys have been keeping the same mental aspect and the same mentality throughout the year. What do you guys? So, like, when you competed at regionals and moved on, and you competed at states and you moved on, did you win and do successful and you're like, wow, we're kind of good at this, and, like, you want to keep going? Or is it like, all right, whatever?
I feel like it was the first one. Like we walked into this like not expecting much. Like we just want to like experience it and get like an extracurricular on our resume. But I feel like once we got into it, like winning like or like getting third in like regionals was like really exciting. And once we like qualified at state, like it was probably like one of the most exciting like moments ever. Like because I've never really like felt like I've accomplished like something that like have an achievement before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here like that. Yeah.
Yeah, winning's fun, man. Everyone loves to win. You guys seem prepared to win. You guys seem prepared for success. You guys are putting in the work, like you said. You guys are putting in the time. You guys are getting everything, all the knowledge down. You sound like you know a lot of business terms. You do too. You guys seem very prepped and very ready for this. And, well, that's all I have. That's it for today's show. A special thanks to Tyler Wenting and Nikhil Devrapali, and as thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Also, thanks to our sponsor again, Gents Pizza, over there on Rand Road. And that will do it for this episode. I'm Jack Foster, and on behalf of Leo Cohen, thanks again, and we will see you on the next episode.